Greetings. Well, yesterday I missed out on reading. I had quite a few things going on here, so I'm going to try to read as much as I can here today. So we're in story 1. Flesh fever. Present day, Astoria, New York, a job in Egypt. I'm going to be marking these for adults only, anybody over 18. My granddaughter is 14 and she's been working with me. She knows some of the language in here. Anyways, just letting you know, I'm going to be using adult language, and it's not really so much adult situations, kind of, but not really. Okay, so it's your choice. I am going to be making this to adults only, though. All right, job in Egypt. Caller ID. Giza, Egypt, 2-720-720-2009. It's just a phone number. It's not real. Just made it up in my head. Who the fuck is calling me from Egypt? I wonder as I reach past the girl from Wonder Bar and Grill, a little German place around the corner, to reach my landline, which never rings. Even Mom calls me on my cell. Hello? I asked, trying to hide my sleepy, hungover voice. Mom always knows this voice, so I am hoping whoever this is will not hear it. Ian Brooks? Came a distant voice. It did not sound like someone I knew. I almost hung up. Yes, it is Ian, who I was cut short by this stranger. Ian, this is Professor Daksha Dani of the Smithsonian Egyptian Studies. I am a historical news journalist for International Earth Studies magazine and podcast, and I have a story that is going to be the biggest anyone has ever seen. The pyramids have been built since the pyramids have been built. I need you to do photos for me. I have been given your number by your agent, Miss Blanston. Wait a minute. She knows me. She knows better than to give out my number to anyone. She always deals with this sort of thing, especially on Saturday mornings. Mr. Brooks, I am so sorry for whatever the inconvenience is at this time of day, but Miss Blanton would not take my call as seriously or urgent. I had to pay to her to give me your number, and I must have you here before the end of this week. I will arrange for your travel, and your itinerary will be sent to your email. Also, I will wire your account $15,000 for any other travel expenses. And when the story is published, I will be able to talk to you about your fee. I am willing to pay $60,000 for the first article plus $2,500 per photo. I walk into the bathroom and shut the door. I lift the toilet lid and take a piss. My mouth hung open. I usually make $22,000 per year of busting my ass on photojournalism. And I am lucky if I can sell any photos on the side for $1,500 or less. My curiosity got to me. How long will this article take? How long will I be in Egypt? My caller became excited in his voice as he began to hear some hopefulness in my voice. I already have a spot, and it is ready for shooting as soon as you arrive. We need to get this to the press ASAP, so you will be in Egypt for less than a month. I hope, if everything goes smoothly. You need to bring all of your equipment. Do you have a passport? You do have a passport, do you not? Yes, I do. It is all up to date. Then this is a yes. Mr. Brooks? Yes, indeed. I will be waiting for my email. Sorry, I have some vision issues going on. I can see, but it's, even with my glasses, kind of blurry. Sent as we speak. You just need to start packing. I will be in Cairo, Egypt at the specific time. Thank you so much. Pleasant flight. I was going to thank him also, but the phone clicked, placing me sitting there with phone air silence. Someone stirred next to me in the bed, and I all but forgot what's her name was still asleep. With a job like mine, it's not hard to get women. They see the size of my camera bag and follow me, begging for a photo shoot. Since I really do not get paid enough to afford a hooker, taking a few shots for a good bedroom tumble is a fair exchange when I need it. Party time is over. I got a photo gig and I gotta get going. Take a shower, coffee is in the pot, help yourself, and leave the key under the doormat. She, whose name I forgot, flips me the middle finger as if that would hurt me. I get into the shower to wash away the sins of last night. After my shower, she is already gone. Cairo, Egypt. After my 10-hour, 40-minute flight from JFK to CIA, I was starved and glad to check into the hotel and have our briefing over coffee and food. I am sure you are curious about why I have been so adamant about needing you to work with me. I needed a new photographer, and you came highly recommended by Wild Travel and HighEndTraveler.com for the work you have done for them in the past. He looks at me with excitement in his dark eyes. Daksha was from Bangalore, where he graduated with top honors in science, anthropology, and technology in the Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore. He was down to earth and direct in communication. I have been doing research on photographers, and you stood out the best suited for this expedition. I kept listening. I had no questions and wanted to eat, so I nodded in agreement and acknowledgement. I need you to not only photograph everything I have found, but the area around it. We need to log everything. I am trying to get a permit from the Smithsonian and the embassy to remove these items. I need to examine them more in depth in a civilized laboratory. He looked around as if preparing to tell me more. I have found a tomb never discovered, his voice lowered in a cautious, serious tone. I looked up from my food. I am not sure what I was eating. Daksha ordered for me, since I do not read Arabic. My stomach eats in any language, and this was delicious. I could not say more, for he appeared hungry too, and just realized my plate was half gone and his had not been touched. We ate in silence for a time and prepared to leave for the step pyramid. This was going to be very exciting for me, and the level of how serious this was for him sunk in. So I prepared myself to take it seriously. Goof time was over. Daksha had already hired a team of camels. I have never ridden a camel before, so I was a bit nervous. My first try to get up and on it landed me on the sand on the other side of the camel. I am sure I heard the camel and Daksha laughing at me. Try again. The second time was more successful. We began our journey in silence. Only the clicking of my camera was heard by me. I brought plenty of SD cards. I wanted to take some photos so I could share them with my family. I am not yet sure of the secure nature of this assignment, but every time I brought up the questions, Dak would tell me he would talk to me about it later. So I stopped asking questions for now. It was still early morning, so we had plenty of daylight hours for some good work. Normally, a vehicle can make this journey in half an hour, but camels, though very steady, were taking some time to get there. Finally, the pyramids were growing in front of us. Amazing sights. The shadows seemed to create faces and tall bodies of beings never seen, but it was all lighting and shadows playing tricks on our eyes. We did not stop here in front, there where most of the people in tours and private vehicles did stop. We continued around the back side and down a small dirt road. Only camel tracks were on it before us. The road dipped down slightly, and from the road, the other side of the pyramid, we were out of sight. Finally, I saw what seemed at first to like a dream, palm trees or greenery and some large stones. As we approached, I saw 2 armed guards standing on either side of the mound. To one side was a large stone bigger than a VW. Beyond the guards was a dark entryway of some sort of cave. Those are my personal guards. I do not want this place disturbed, Dak explained. As we got off the camels, who knelt at Dak's Arabic command, Baraku, we went into the dark cave. It was not a deep cave, only about 100 feet back and 35 feet, give or take, side to side. There was one crate slightly opened, made of woven reeds. Not a typical burial compartment like the large sarcophagus next to it. A carved stone. Inside the carved limestone were several other coffins nestled one inside another. The smallest one was not opened. Dak explained to me that he would not be opening them up, not here. Damp caves can have molds and fungus that can do damage to our lungs as well as the mummies, and the one in the crate was not embalmed as Epiphanes had been. He wanted me to take photos of the hieroglyphics and pottery for ease in keeping logged what they would be taking. We would not be opening them here with the possibility of ruining the remains inside. Whose are they? I asked, very curious as to why one was carved and the other was not, even in stone. Surrounding the carved sarcophagus was several clay pots and jars and items that told me that whoever it was some sort of royalty. But why was it here, in this dark cave, and not part of the royal pyramids? Dak explained that this was a tomb of Hephaestus and her lover Imhotep. He explained that they had been in love, and it was found out by the king's men, and he was buried alive in here, and she gave instructions to her faithful followers to place her in the cave with him. It had been sealed off. It had been sealed off and forgotten. There had been rumors among many who have studied the life and hieroglyphics of Hoser's pyramid and found the hieroglyphics to have told a different story than what was found inside. The story outside tells that Haiti dies at childbirth and was placed inside the pyramid years before Dosher had died and left his kingdom and title to his son. No information confirming this could be found until now, and I am sure I have found the secret, and this can be very big news. The look on Dak's face is that of a kid who has found out he's getting the newest, coolest iPad for Christmas. This was amazing information. An ancient soap opera emerges from Egypt. I began capturing everything Dak told me to shoot. I took plenty of photographs. We took a break for lunch and to rest. 3 weeks later. Dak and I have been working all day in and out of this murky cave filled with dust, death, and secrets of lust and infidelities, so long ago forgotten, and now to resurface. We talk about how today young lovers post their love stories, and hope that they will be kept secret. We laugh at that idea because this was a big secret of the times back then, and now it was going to be exposed and forever remembered on the internet and in a museum. For a brief time, we argued if it was the right thing to do. I wonder if the money will cover the popularity I will suffer as Dak goes public with his secret love affair and possible murder as well as suicide. There will still probably be a movie written as well. If you have any comments, questions, put them in the comments, is what I meant. Okay, we're only 18 minutes into this, so let's continue, shall we? Cave work, 4th week, almost done. We have cataloged and photographed everything, even the strange white spider and beetles we have found inside this cave. Dak takes precautions when he's alone, handles the remains and artifacts. He uses plastic protective suits like the ones used to prevent passing on the Ebola virus. I use a mask only to cover my face to protect it from the mold, and who knows what else is harbored in this cave. Dak has finally received permission to remove the contents of the cave and take it back to D.C. Smithsonian, where he has asked to meet me to meet him in 2 weeks. He tells me to take a break, and we will meet again, continue this work in a scientific atmosphere. Transference begins. Shall I? Yeah, let's see. Oh, it's kind of long. So, next video. So what we're going to start on next time will be transference begins, back home. Transference of what? Well, you'll see. Are you enjoying this so far? I hope so. I'm going to try to keep up with this the best that I can. In fact, when I finish posting this one, I'm going to read some more, but I have to take a little break myself. Okay, thanks for being here, and see us next time when we start Transference Begins, back home.